Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Lyla?
How you doing?
I'm good. Just enjoying weather here in Portland. Just living life. How are you?
I'm good too. I'm working on this music video for this song called Water is Life, and we're gonna release it next weekend or this coming week from this weekend. And so yeah, I've been doing that. And yeah, I was just telling everyone we're gonna do um like a little open mic night with some poetry. I got my poem right here, and I haven't done like spoken word in a long time. And I actually wrote this poem back in 2007, so this is gonna be like a blast from the past. But yeah, so I'm doing good.
Dope.
Yeah.
Well, did you get started? Did you start writing lyrics before you made music? Like poetry?
Yeah, I started out with as a slam poet back in the day, I guess. Yep. And then it morphed into like guitar, and then it morphed into other types of music. So yeah.
Dope. Can we hear
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. This is old school. I'm excited to hear yours too. Um, and thanks for joining me and doing like a little, you know, not a battle because we're not the battling types. We're uplifting each other.
It's a compliment
But
battle.
yeah, compliment battle. Okay. So here we go. My mind winds and spirals down paths of vivid lilacs. When coming from sterile concrete, televisions, and nightmares, a day of rainbow realities is cherished well. I've traded in the light bulbs for the warm rays of the sun. I've traded in the skyscrapers for towering evergreens. Before, I had never seen a starlit night with no street lights to guide me, only moonshine. But now I've been spending time with the dirt. This juniper earth breathes in my existence without the interruption of a telephone ring. And when I sing, coyotes eavesdrop on these chokecherry melodies, and I've found comfort on these riverbanks, and I met freedom under a cottonwood tree. I harvest amaranth grains. I've traded in steel airplanes for friendly hummingbirds. I've traded in my magazines for apple orchards. Time used to prey on my nerves with every tick and every talk, with every tick and every talk. But now time runs through my fingers and washes my hair. Time keeps me company in the early mornings and paints my sunsets. This new feeling of emancipation circulates through my veins as I watch love flow down the earth's melting mountains. The buses have stopped running, the billboards have stopped flashing, and my mind has stopped racing. I've traded in the air conditioning for ponderosa shade. I've traded in the stoplights for the rising sun. And I meet peace every day before sundown as we stroll on mountain ridges, contemplating the language of sparrows instead of the electrons of atoms, stopping to smell red blossoms instead of at red lights. And instead of shopping through malls, I sail through blue oceans, propelled by nature's sweet wind. Yeah, old school.
Uh,
I
that was
was
fire.
like, yeah, I was watching this old video of me doing that because I had to write down the words, and I was like, wow, I sound like Saul Williams. I think we were all trying to sound like Saul Williams back in the day. Shout out to you, Saul Williams. But
Mm,
anyways, yeah, thanks
that
for
was
listening.
dope. I feel calmer already. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like I just need to take a walk in the forest because that was good to hear. Thank you for sharing.
yeah. You're welcome.
I, I don't know if I can follow that up though with
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I know you.
switch up the vibe a little bit, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess my piece has some similarities. One thing I love of what you said is, I found freedom under the cottonwood tree. Love that line. That's fire. So my track is, or my verse that I wrote is called Children of the Sun. So there are some similarities. Um,
Cool.
yeah, maybe I'll just go right into it if that's cool.
Yeah, 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 go for it.
Okay, so this track is like dedicated to the children of the sun, dedicated to the children of the earth, dedicated to the wisdom in the blood, dedicated to the healing of the curse, dedicated to the children of the stars. Yeah, let it be known we the ones, dedicated to the visions of the heart. It's just begun. And yo, the truth is what I seek. I see we glued to all these screens. What's a human left to be? Ask Google, am I living in reality or dream? Technological addiction turning children into fiends. I've been that kid in the basement living escapism without wisdom, turn the brain into the state prison. That's what I mean when I say invisible cages up in the matrix where the pleasure's the way to embrace enslavement. Isolation with society's virus makes self-hatred. Never taught that we are sacred. Dedicated to the dopest young MC. Now she would have been 23. RIP. I guess the spirit's free, but I wonder why this world would never see all the gifts that she could bring and why this world didn't have no place for her to spread her wings. Another world is what we dream and activate the master key on that frequency. We'll be the ones to plant the seed. Dedicated to the children of the sun, dedicated to the children of the earth, dedicated to the wisdom in the blood, dedicated to the healing of the curse, dedicated to the children of the stars. Yeah, let it be known we the ones, dedicated to the visions of the heart. Yeah, it's just begun.
Woo!
uh,
That's dope. That's dope.
Thank you.
I think you followed me really easy. I don't know if I could have followed that, so I'm glad I went first.
Yeah, I just didn't want to take people out of that vibe you had going and bring them into the matrix, but I guess we brought it back to dedicated to the vision of the heart. It's just begun, like it's just begun. That's how I see everything going on right now. It's like what's going on around the world, you know, worldwide events and everything, things are ending. One chapter is ending, another chapter is beginning. And it's like, what's the vision of the heart of all of us, So that's why I say I want to like pledge allegiance to that vision in my heart and really honor that, with all the distractions, all the fear, we can stay on a certain frequency, and manifest that with all of us collectively.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely the prophesized, I don't want to get too out there, but like the prophesized time, all of our elders, all of our different cultures, prophesized like Dene people, we've prophesized this. We've already been through four worlds that have been flourished and then like wilted. And, we're at this time. And each time a world ended according to our creation story, um, we were forced to like evolve and grow to get to the next one. And I think these times are definitely teaching us a lot and teaching us to evolve and grow. And
Hmm.
I think the visions of the heart are the only ones that are capable of really moving through this next chapter, because the visions of the mind are so not rooted in the heart. And I know that my vision is just to get a lot of sheep to my people, get a lot of sheep to the people who, churro sheep. We have four-horned sheep, and I've had this vision for a long time, but now everything is forcing me to do it and saying like, no, you can't wait any longer. You can't go and have fun and go on tour and go speak at this university or any of that. You got to go home. You got to, bring your sheep to the people. That's what's needed right now. Create that local economy. And so, yeah, thanks for saying that. And that was a dope verse. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, that's dope what you're doing, especially because I see you as having, reached a certain level of public notoriety or influence, to where that you're choosing to, work with the sheep at home and like stay really grounded, like really honor, the land and the community. That's a really good example. And, for me too, for a lot of people, and also for me, just to remember, that is what, it reminds me, like, what are the elements that sustain life? You know, um,
Hmm.
all the elements of life. And then a lot of these things, like as an artist, we've talked about this. I get caught up in, desire for success, or, wanting to blow up, or like these ideas that are really of the old paradigm. And
Yeah.
I wonder what that looks like, because when we're talking about creation and like moving into the next phase, I'm just interested in seeing how, the music and the art, we can really create a lot of influence, but it's still in a good way, you know, like
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
necessarily blowing up on the billboards or something like that. Because is that really, like helping this situation?
Yeah. Totally. And I've been wanting to ask myself lately, am I doing this because it will move the needle for the people, or at least it could move the needle for the people, and that's my intention, is to try and move the needle in a positive direction for the people? Or am I doing this to get another feather in my cap, or to get a little bit of notoriety or a little bit of reputation in the world? So I've been trying to like use that as my litmus test. Am I doing this for, um, you know, really helping someone, or at least attempting to? Or am I concerned about, oh, my reputation basically? And it's a really tricky one, because I feel like a lot of artists who have a lot of heart and soul and love for their people, their music and poetry and stuff just kind of naturally is really good because it's inspired by that love. Um, and then they, get attention. And then, but then comes the temptation of like, oh, cool, maybe I am kind of cool. And then we start doing it. At least that's been my pattern. It's like I do it for the people, and then I do it for myself. I do it for the people, and it's like this ebb and flow. And I think there's a way though to get it to where it's like, we don't care anymore about the self gain. And yeah, I think, with our recent video, North Star, I think that one was a really interesting song, because I was just like going through so much struggle. I was like, I think maybe this will help other people who are going through the struggle. And and that makes me happy that that was the main, deeper reason for putting it out there.
Mm. Or yeah, that's part of being the artist, I guess. What just comes to mind for me now is just trusting the inspiration. It's like
Mhm.
I feel like can't go wrong with that. And if we were given gifts to deliver, then it's on us to deliver those, and how they may come in different forms, or maybe we have some choice to what the form is. But yeah, I look forward to seeing what music you continue to make and the art that you continue to make with the gift that you've been given, as well as doing the sheep thing and being part of the community. I see it all. Seems like it works together.
I'm gonna have to send you some sheep samples of like
Oh yeah.
that, you have to like put that into my songs, because the Dene word for human is Dene, and the Dene word for sheep is Debe. So like
Cool.
Denebazad is like, our language, the Navajo language or whatever. But then Debebazad is like, the sheep language. So we'll have to like merge those together. Um,
No doubt.
but
I bet
yeah.
I bet I can make a fire bass line with the sheep pitch corrected, pitched. We could get a bass line going,
I'm
ride
sure you.
through the field. All the sheep are like, "Oh, we'll get the sheep out in their head."
Oh yeah. Yeah, Quincy, I mean, I just gotta say, like, Quincy's music is kind of amazing. So definitely check out some of his. I know we're not here for like what we were just talking about, like self-gain or anything, but like all that aside, like the medicine that comes through Quincy's music is really well, it's cool because you hybridize medicine and like medicinal messages and, wanting to get your messages to youth who, because growing up you didn't have any elders or, guidance. And so you're trying to make sure the next generation doesn't have that problem. But then in addition to having that positive message, you have these really fire beats and it's just like, and so definitely check that stuff out if you like that kind of music. I talked about this last time we did a live, but there's this one music video called Make It Through on the Seven Vision YouTube page, which is Quincy's YouTube page. It's called Seven Vision is the channel, the YouTube channel, but the music video is called Make It Through, and it's like so good. You should check it out. A wonderful collaboration with amazing artists. But yeah, anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
Thank you so much, for that shout out. And yeah, I want to shout out Kunu, Talilo, Mike Crenshaw, and Tony Hill. They're also on that Make It Through track. And yeah, I'm also a fan of Lyla's music. If you're your audience probably already knows, but The People's Knowledge, love that album. I really bumped that a lot, like all last year. So likewise, and look forward to, more potential collaborations.
Yeah, we're gonna make this whole Instagram live poetry jam session a thing. It'll be like a thing. And it'll be like sweeping across the world, inspiring people, and then no one will know that secretly we started it. But because we're not about self-gain, we'll be like, it's all good. It's okay if you don't know that we started it, but you guys will know. Anyways, it's so good to talk to you. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you all soon.
Likewise. Much love. Peace.
Later. Peace.